something of these bags to I don't, what's the name of that place where she works? It's a prison, and they have females there that helped put this together, and they were very interested in knowing how all of this went. So a completely side story because of this that may gain some more traction on it. So neat stuff like that happens. Okay, questions about our trip?
Well, when is the first time you've gone on a mission trip? First time. Sorry.
Lexi was, well, several that aren't here tonight it was their first trip also. Okay, other questions?
Who supports Manna Christian School, like area churches or?
The work that's done there is a conglomeration of different, the missionaries that work there have to fully fund themselves while they're there. So Brenna, for example, has to raise all the money to support herself while she's there. There are some other churches of Christ, Red Bank being one of the main contributors to the work at Manna. And it is a work that has really blossomed because they have taken kids that the state gives them because they are orphaned, and some of those kids entered into the orphanage there in Bobita, grew up, were fed, had probably more than any other kid in the Dominican, got a top-notch education, has now graduated, and is in college. So that's, they've gone almost full picture here. And one of the kids that is now in college wants to get his degree, come back to Bobita Manna, and become a teacher. So it goes full picture. Chris?
How does it compare to Nicaragua? Like income level, just from what you saw, how people are living?
I would say it's not as third world. It's down, it's close, but I wouldn't say it's that third world. The heat wasn't as bad, at least I mean, it is Mars. I don't know if that makes anything down there or not, but I didn't think the heat was as bad.
I saw paved roads and things more
Yeah,
than
there were more paved roads, at least in town. We went to Bobita, like Greg said, there were a lot of gravel roads. Of course, that's way off the beaten path into the mountains. But yeah, there were a lot of people, like Nicaragua, a lot of people had motorcycles and dirt bikes, and rode those around at night, as loud as possible.
What was the age spread of kids attending the VBS?
Well, they do two different things there. They have, I won't get into that. Age spread anywhere from 5 years old. They try to limit lower than that, but you have 3-year-olds sometimes walking in off the street. But from 5 to 13, 14 for the VBS portion of it. And you get either end of that, though. You get older than that age, and you get younger than that age.
Do y'all have a preset curriculum or something that, track to run on that you were presenting to the kids?
Yeah, beforehand, they're doing a whole series this summer. So we were just one group of several that come in there, and so they have a whole theme going on, and our theme was honesty.
What's the main food that y'all ate with them while y'all were there? What was interesting?
Rice, more rice. And chicken and beans.
Chicken, rice, and beans, and let me tell you, it is delicious.
It's great.
They do it right. Yeah, and plantains.
You drink the water out
Nope. You're not supposed to. Unlike Nicaragua, even the locals do not drink the water. Everything is bottled.
there? Do they even afford to bottle water?
If yeah.
So how many congregations are in the mission, and is the predominant religion Catholicism or what?
The predominant religion is Catholicism. There is one Church of Christ. No, I'm going to take that. There's 2 churches of Christ in Rio San Juan proper. And then, of course, the church in Bobita. Oh, and there's a home congregation there that has started. And then in Bobita, they have a worship up there for the community.
Has anyone been before on this trip? Are you the only one who? There were 4 of us. It was me, Mary Beth, Catherine Lynn, and Maddie Clark. What was it like for you guys? You guys been multiple times studies. So what was it like, to foster those relationships with people?
For me, it was really awesome. I got to go back and see 2 of the same girls that I had seen, and some of the little boys, but they didn't remember me as much. For me, it was really good. I took back some pictures to give to those kids to keep. And then one of them actually has moved to the States, is going to college here, or in the process of. So me and her stay in contact. But for Mary Beth and Catherine and Maddie, they all fell in love with the same people all over again. So it was really great.
We're trying to get that student here to UTC.
Yes.
And, talking about relationships, I mean, there's a lot of these, the second year have formed on Facebook and they stay in touch with each other. And so for a lot of those that have been there before, going back was like reconnecting with family. They build such a strong bond within that week because we spend so much time with them in their homes, in the community, there at the student center. And then those that went for the first time have already made some probably lifelong connections. Any other questions? Good, because we're out of time.
Is everyone going back next year?
I actually have not decided if we're going back there next year or not. They are restructuring their leadership, the MANA is, and so there's always a lot of dynamics that go when you restructure your leadership, and I want to make sure that any place I take them is going to be smooth and well organized and running like it ought to run. So, and that's not an indictment at all on MANA. It's just, they're growing. They've got new venues that they're exploring, especially in Santiago. They have this new college for the first time. The graduated kids, and so they didn't want to just throw them out there in this big. They're going from a city in Bobito, all they've known in this little tiny small community of 200, to now the city of Santiago, which is in excess of 800,000. And so for them, it's just a massive, it's like taking Shelton and sticking him in New York. So they felt like it was necessary to have the resources in place. So they, all the work and effort that they've put into these kids they don't lose them to the world. So they're trying to put placements there in Santiago, and so the leadership that has to be there, they've got some things to figure out. So we'll see what happens.
Is there a congregation in Santiago?
There is. Anything else? Thank you. This church is amazing, and it's what we do. Being able to take college students, it's possible. It's only possible because of this congregation, the support that you give us, and I can't fully explain this, but you are missioning to these kids when you do this. It's not so much we're going there and we're going to be these missionaries in a form. You're doing it here, and you're making an impact here, and that is as, if not more, important. And so, from the bottom of all of our hearts, I know they are all bubbling with gratitude, and so thank you.